frost. Rack and ruin. Shudder. Flood of frost. Eye for an eye. Crush! Everybody stand back! Power that ended hot shot! Vengeance will be mine! Rack and ruin! More speed.
What's up guys, RJ here. So I recently made a video about why Eula is bad, to basically tell people that you shouldn't get a character just cause you see others do big numbers with that unit. Especially because the amount of investment you put into that character may be very different from the amount of investment others have put into them. You might just be getting that character and items for them for the first time, while others might have already been farming for them for a good amount of time. In this video, we're going to talk about the reasons why you should get Eula. People who want to get Eula because she's hot, nothing's going to stop you, so good luck. Eula's a cryo character, but most of her damage is physical, similar to Razor. And the fact that she's cryo means she already has one of the elements needed to do superconduct, which reduces physical resistance. She currently does the highest single number damage in the game, and this is due to her unique burst, where when you cast your burst, it does a bit of initial damage, and for the next 7 seconds, every normal attack and skill hit you do against enemies will count as a stack to determine how much damage your final burst explosion will do. Eula's skill is also quite unique in the way that every time you press it, you get stacks of what's called Grimheart. Each Grimheart stack you have gives you resistance to interruption and defense, and you can stack up to 2 of them. When you hold your skill, it does cryo damage and reduces enemies' cryo and physical resistances according to how many Grimheart stacks you had, and it does a physical explosion that does equal to 50% of how much your base burst explosion damage is. Her normal attacks also have very good scaling to where she does so much damage that most of the time in the overworld, you wouldn't even need to use your burst. Just normal attack a few times and things just die. In fact, she does so much damage herself that it doesn't even matter very much when you're fighting enemies with high physical resistance. So you can treat her as a hyper carry where you don't need to invest much into damage for your other characters on the team. You just need them to help supply her with energy and trigger superconduct. And because her scalings are so high, you don't need to get godlike artifacts to make her good. You just need at least usable stats on her to let her carry your team. And she has such a wide variety of very good weapon choices, including a 3-star, the Skyrider Greatsword. 4-star choices for her are the Prototype Archaic, which is a craftable weapon, the Snowtomb Star Silver, which is another craftable weapon, and you get 1 free copy of it from doing a quest in Dragonspine. Other choices are Black Clef Slasher, Serpent Spine, Lithic Blade, Aquamaru, Luxurious Sea Lord, and many other 4-star weapons work well with her, most of which perform very similarly to each other. So what I'm trying to say is that her weapon choice is very flexible. And speaking of flexible, her artifacts and team choices are also very flexible. Like I said earlier, you can choose to pour most of your resources into Eula and she will carry your team. You only need the other characters on your team to help supply her with energy and trigger superconduct. So literally any electro and cryo unit with a sacrificial or Favonius weapon on them. Once you have units that fill these roles, you can literally put anyone else on the team. As for artifacts, in math, her best in slot is the 4-piece Pale Flame set, but this set really only comes out on top if you play her in a way that utilizes its 4-piece effect, which is you have to spam her skill as much as you can, so if you don't have her at C2, you can't hold her skill unless you're doing your burst, since her held skill cooldown is longer than when just pressing it. Other good artifact set choices for her are a mix of 2 pieces of the following sets: Bloodstained, Pale Flame, Gladiators, and Shimenawa. Shimenawa being one of the artifact sets in one of the most valuable artifact domains in the game, together with the Emblem of Severed Fate set, which is what you'd want on a lot of your burst supports for their burst damage. And same with Bloodstained, which is in another of one of the most valuable artifact domains in the game with Noblesse Oblige, which is another set you'd want on your supports and boost the team's damage.
Flood of frost.
Gladiators, which drop from world bosses as you farm for character ascension materials, and Pale Flame, which is together with the Tenacity of the Millilith, which is also a valuable artifact set for someone like Fischl, Zhongli, Albedo, or any other character that does passive skill damage, since the 4-piece set effect buffs the whole team's damage similar to Noblesse Oblige.
Everybody stand
So
back.
farming for Eula's artifacts leaves you with a lot of
Vengeance
choices,
will be mine.
unlike some characters in their artifact set.
Huh? Rack and
So that's
run.
it for this video. Let me know if I missed anything, or if you guys have any other reasons to like Eula other than being hot. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and have a good day.
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Teamwork is dreamwork. To ashes. The odds are against us. Beg for mercy. Shudder. Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye.